First question from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead, Alana.
Dave, it almost seems like Clayton Kershaw is a bit of a renaissance man, continually reinventing himself. 11 punch-outs today. How impressive is it watching that as his manager from the dugout?
Very impressive. He and Austin were in lockstep today. Obviously understanding where our pen was at, not in terrible shape, but not in great shape. Just really the slider we talked about before the game, and that was a difference maker. He was able to strike it, shorten it. He used a curveball. The curveball usage was, up considerably today, and the fastball had life and didn't lose velocity, held his velocity, held his stuff through 7. So to get 7 innings from him, 11 punch, I think 1 walk, just phenomenal.
You had mentioned the slider and the curveball. I mean, this is a guy that threw 6 innings. 2 out of every 3 pitch was his secondary stuff, a breaking ball. Do you find that he's relying on that, not necessarily more, but also just having more confidence in all of them?
Yeah, I think that moving the fastball around, the slider, arm side, I think throwing the curveball a little bit more. Certainly it's, hitter, team dependent, but there's nothing to say that you can't still be on the attack using secondary pitches. I mean, he gets strike 1 as well as anybody in baseball, and he always has these hitters on the defensive. So today, a lot of good stuff.
You guys get things going offensively in the 3rd inning. I think Matt Beatty thought that he had struck out, but the home plate umpire thought otherwise, and then you start to capitalize against that mistake. I mean, how pleased are you with the way that kind of turned itself around, and also, the 4 walks there in the 5th inning?
It was great. Kike starts us off, then Barnesy with a really good walk, and then Beatty. I was going to appeal the foul tip and say that he struck out, didn't touch the ball, but it ended up working out. Some situational at bats were great, and I just thought we looked over the baseball really well today, and to see Cody hit a ball in the right center gap for the base hit, and then also homer, that was also good to see.
Is he turning a corner?
I think so. I think so. Just even the way, for me, the way he's carrying himself, after he does make an out or something, I think the body language for me is telling, and he's carrying himself the right way, which in turn, I think allows things to turn a little bit quicker.
Thank you.
Next question from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead.
Dave, you got me?
Got you now.
Hey, what you're seeing with Clayton from a stuff perspective, from a command perspective, is this reminding you of like 2017 Kershaw?
I think as far as where his slider is at the last couple turns, the fastball certainly, but I think there's a little bit more of a dynamic pitcher. I think that using arm side a little bit more, and the curveball usage is up since 17. So I think that it's a more dynamic Clayton, but what he's doing with the slider, it sets the tone for everything for him.
It's pretty rare, Dave, for a guy his age with that many innings to be able to tap back into stuff like that. Did you ever think you'd see the fastball and the slider emerge the way they have early on this year? Did you ever think you'd see that again?
We did. We really did. Clayton over the last few years has been battling, different injuries, and namely the back at times. And so to kind of be able to compete, find your way back on the mound, I think that his body, his mechanics have kind of just started to move. And so to get him back to where he was, health-wise and also mechanically, he said it best the other day. He's like, I knew it was in there. And so it's just good to see both those things come back.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
question's from Alana. Go ahead, Alana.
Go ahead, guys. I got him outside.
First question from Jorge. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Cody? Just over the last, week or so, I guess going back to the Anaheim series, has there been anything in particular that's been different, or have you sort of just been sticking to what you felt you needed to do, and the results are just finally coming along?
Yeah, it's more sticking with the process. Analyzing every at bat by not results and just kind of going off feel. And if the feel is off, then talking to the hitting coaches and discuss it. And it's a tough game, so it's not to get too up or down.
Is it hard not to press knowing the season's so short and, you're hitting on a 200 and whatever the case may be, and there's not a lot of time to turn things around?
Honestly, it's really not. I think in this instance where the team is so good, it definitely makes it a little easier. Obviously, I don't want to be hitting like this, but the team is going to have your back if you're not doing what you should be doing.
And what's it like watching Clayton do what he did today and really all season except for that one start?
Yeah, that was vintage Kershaw. It was cool watch from center field. I got to see, how he was working and honestly just standing out there for the most part. Yeah, it's fun to watch him, and he was on his A game today.
Did he look like the guy from, maybe 2017?
Definitely. I think so.
Thank you.
Got a question from Ron Cather. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Hey, Cody. Dave talked a little about, he even thinks just kind of your body language after each at bat seems to be a little bit better. When you're feeling, I don't know, a little more comfortable, can you just do you see that as well? That like you're not hanging on every single result necessarily?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like I said, just really focusing on staying in between and not getting too up or too down. It's been important to me. So I got like one or two more, three more.
Last one. Go ahead.
Hey, Cody. You guys have talked, I don't know if you specifically, but I know a lot of your teammates have talked about how you never sort of bet against Clayton because of the work ethic and his track record, obviously. But have you been surprised to see him tap back into his stuff the way he has this year? It's pretty rare for somebody that age to sort of get back to doing it like that.
No, I'm definitely not surprised, and I don't think anyone in this locker room is surprised. He's got the best work ethic on the team that I've ever seen. So, no, it does not surprise me at all.
Well, thanks, man.
I'm Kirsch. First question from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead, Alana.
Clayton, great outing tonight with the 11 punch-outs, 19 swing and misses. You also are now second all-time in the franchise record for strikeouts, surpassing Don Drysdale. I know you're always saying that when you retire, you can look back on it, but what if anything, does that milestone mean for you?
Yeah, obviously very cool. Just to be a Dodger long enough to accomplish something like that is pretty special. And like you said, some of the names on that list, it's pretty cool to be a part of that. And yeah, someday I'll look back on it and think that's pretty cool. But for today, it was just a great start all the way around. Good game from the whole team, really. And it's good to get out of here with another win.
You tied it on a curveball. You surpassed it on a slider, and 2 out of every 3 of the pitches that you threw were your breaking ball. I mean, how much more confidence does it give you knowing that all of the pitches, your secondary stuff and your fastball, are working so well to get what you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, today it took a few innings to get my slider going. Really after Seager hit that homer, I tried to do some different things with it and finish it a little bit better, and it definitely got better as the game went on. And curveball was pretty good throughout the whole day, which I was thankful for. Be able to throw strikes with it early, and a lot of guys were taking it, so I was kind of a free strike, and then able to bury a few at the end there for some strikeouts. So all in all, it was a good day, and I feel good about it.
Back-to-back outings in which you've gone at least 7 innings. How gratifying is that to do, knowing that the bullpen had a lot of usage last night?
Yeah, that's our job. I know they threw a lot of innings last night, and it was good to give those guys a blow down there and just give them 2 to finish off today. So that's our job as a starter. Pick the other starters up when they have bad ones, and they'll do the same for you.
Thank you for your time, Clayton. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Next question from Mark Castillo.
Clayton, you mentioned the slider came along late.
Go ahead.
Clayton, do you hear me? How about now? You guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. Just Clayton, you mentioned the slider just it got better as it went along. Are you going into the game with the game plan of you're going to try to feature your breaking stuff more, or is that all just feel?
I would say both. I think, Barnesy and I and, Mark and Danny kind of go through the game plan before the game. And, obviously it's going to be team specific as, what guys' strengths and weaknesses are. And then, Barnesy has a good feel of, what seems to be coming out better during the game. So all that goes into consideration. But, today, obviously, I think the curveball was a good pitch. He used it probably more than other starts. And it was just kind of a good feel on Barnesy's part to see that it was working and keep calling it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Got a question from Michael Forte. Go ahead, Michael.
There it is. Clayton, can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. First of all, congratulations on surpassing Don Drysdale.
Thank you.
Second of all, I wanted to ask you this last game, but I was doing some research on some of your counterparts, and these are veteran pitchers who've allowed over 150 home runs in their career. And Verlander, yourself, Hamels, you guys have all allowed 65% of the home runs that you give up solo shots, whereas the average pitcher is about mid-50s. I know it's not a huge gap, but over 10% is significant. So I wanted to ask you why you think that is. Is that just being more aggressive when there's not guys on base and being more focused when there is, or why do you think those numbers are what they are?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a focus thing. I think, me being on the Dodgers, we're usually ahead. We have a lot of leads when I'm pitching. It's just the product of being on a really good team. And so in certain situations, a walk, I'm not going to say is worse than a home run, but walks can lead to big innings. And so obviously you're not trying to give up home runs, but, you fall behind guys, or you just kind of keep attacking guys with fastballs early in the counts. And sometimes those solo home runs will get you. And, I feel like I've been doing that a lot recently. So it's not a great thing. I'm going to try and stop, but it definitely won't beat you. And I feel like sometimes walks and different things like that can lead to big innings, and that's ultimately what can get you.
Next question from Alden Gonzalez. Go ahead, Alden.
Hey, Clayton. Maybe I'm jumping a little too far ahead here, but I'm curious, just tapping back into your stuff the way you want it to early on this year. I'm wondering if that's changed sort of the way you look at your career longevity and how long you can continue to be one of the top pitchers in this game. I'm curious, just has your perspective changed on that even just since like last year?
No, I've always thought I can compete. I'm not, your stuff sometimes comes and goes, and but your ability to compete and your ability to manipulate through games and figure out different ways to get outs, ultimately that's what wins games. So I'm thankful that my stuff has ticked up a little bit this year, and I'm going to pitch as long as I'm having fun, and I'm having a ton of fun, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. And but as far as stuff and getting better and things like that, I honestly don't think about it a whole lot, other than just seeing the significant difference this year and trying to keep that as long as I can.
In terms of seeing the significant difference, does it just seem easier? Does it seem more easier coming out of your hand this year?
No, I don't know. I think I don't know. I just know that you reach back and the ball comes out a little bit differently. So I don't know why, other than all the different stuff we've tried over the past 10 months or so. But it's a good feeling, no doubt.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
All good? Okay. Thanks.